In this video, we're going to be looking at slope-intercept form. If you find this video helpful, share, like, and subscribe. The slope-intercept form. So we're going to be looking at slope-intercept form here in this lesson. Okay, so the slope-intercept form of a linear equation of non-vertical line is y is equal to mx plus b, where m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. Okay, so let's define that properly. It says that our m here, our m is your slope, and your b in here is going to be your y-intercept. Now, y-intercept happens when x is equal to 0. Here we say x is equal to 0. Okay, so let's identify some of the slope and the y-intercept in these following examples. Okay, number one, so it's already written in slope-intercept form, which is y is equal to mx plus b. Remember, this is going to be your slope, and this is going to be your y-intercept. Okay, so given this problem, y is equal to 5x plus 2, we can say that our slope here is 5, and our b, which is our y-intercept, is negative 2. Okay, number 2, y is equal to 3x plus 1. So our slope is equal to 3, and our b, which is the y-intercept, is equal to 1. Number 3, so our slope here is going to be 1/4. So let me just write that one. Our m here is equal to 1/4, and our y-intercept, which represents b, is equal to negative 1 over 3. Okay, here this is very nice because if you're going to be looking at the full form of this is just like written as y is equal to 0x plus 4. Since we don't normally put 0x in an equation or in a function, we just delete it. Therefore, you're going to literally see this one as y is equal to 4 only. But still, it has going to have a slope. So if you're going to be looking at this one, the slope is going to be this 0, and still that plus 4 is going to be your y-intercept, which is actually representing your b. So in this case, our slope is going to be 0, and our y-intercept b is equal to 4. Okay, let's continue. Here we are asked to write the equation. Okay, there's no two equations in there. Let's delete that. Write the equation in slope-intercept form of the line with the slope m and y-intercept b. Okay, so let's write the first one. The first one in number 5, we have a slope of 5. That's going to give you y is equal to mx plus b. So in this case, we have y is equal to our slope is 1x, and then our b is minus 1. Now, we normally don't put 1x in there, but what we do is we only really write x minus 1 because just writing the variable alone means that there's 1 as its coefficient. Okay, number 6. Our slope is 3, therefore y is equal to 3x plus 2. Okay, number 7. The slope is 1/2, 1 over 2x, and the slope intercept is negative 1/2. Number 8, the slope is negative 2, so y is equal to negative 2, and then let's not forget the x, plus 8 over 5. Okay, so let's continue. So write an equation in a slope-intercept form of each line. In this practice, we are given a graph, and what we're going to do here is to determine at least 2 points where we can actually get the slope-intercept form of this line. Okay, so let's go to number 9. Here I can see that my graph has actually crossed the y-axis at 3. Okay, this one. That's my 3. Therefore, my y-intercept here is equal to 3. Now, let's find out our slope. Our slope can be found by getting another one here, and we're going to count the number of rise over run. So in here, we're going to count 1 unit down. That's going to give you -1. And then it runs 1, 2, okay, here. 2 units to the right. So that's going to give you -1/2. So the equation of the line in here is going to be y is equal to -1/2 x plus 3. Now let's see if we are correct. Okay, so if this is going to be our line, equation of the line I mean, we're going to get this point. This point is located at 2, 2. Okay, so if we're going to put in the x value 2, we should also get the y value 2 using our equation. Okay, so let's say y of 2 is equal to -1/2 multiplied by our x value is 2 plus 3. This is going to give you, this is 1 and 1. This is going to give the -1 plus 3, and -1 plus 3 is 2. Therefore, our equation is correct because we have proven that 0.22 is on the line. Okay, so let's go for the next one, number 10. So in here, I saw again that my graph has actually crossed the y-axis at -3. That tells me that that -3 is going to be my y-intercept. Now my slope is going to be rise over run. So if I'm going to start from -3 and I'm going to go up, that's going to give me 2 units going up. And if I'm going to end on this point, that's going to give me 1 unit to the right. That means that my slope here is only 2 because 2 divided by 1 is only 2. So now let's put our equation together. The equation of the line is going to be y is equal to 2x minus 3. Now let's prove it. Let's get one more point in here. Okay, this is going to be 2, 1. Using our equation right now, let's gonna put in our x, and we should get our y value in here. Okay, so y of 2 is equal to 2 times 2 minus 3. 2 times 2 is 4 minus 3. It's gonna give you 1. Therefore, you have these coordinates 2, 1. So this is correct. Okay, next one, number 11. So I see again that my graph has crossed 0 at the center, that one. So it means to say that my b value here is equal to 0. Now I'm going to find my slope. Okay, I'm going to get from here, from 0, 0 to this point. So it went down 1 unit. That's going to give you a -1. And it went 1 unit to the right side. So to simplify this one, my slope here is -1 only. Okay, so let's write the equation of our line here. So y is equal to -x plus 0. Okay, so let's try that one. Let's get another point from the top. Let's say this one. This is going to give you -2 and 2. Okay. So if we're going to put in -2 as our x value, it should give us +2. So let's look at that one. Y of -2 is equal to negative multiplied by a -2. Yes, it's correct. It's going to give you 2. Therefore, we have this point -2, 2. Therefore, our equation is correct. The next one, number 12. Okay, I've seen my graph crossing at 4. Y is equal to 4. So let's say it means to say that my y-intercept is going to be 4. And since the slope is negative, then it's going to be a negative slope in here. So let's see. Let's get another point in here. So if I'm going to start from my y-intercept and I will go down, that's going to give me 2 units. So it's going to be negative and it run 1 unit to the right. So my slope here is going to be negative 2. Okay, so let's put our equation together. Y is equal to negative 2x plus 4. Let's some more points in here. Let's say let's get this point to 0. If we're going to put in the x value x, we should get the value of y equal to 0. Let's test this one right now. So y of 2 is equal to negative 2 times 2 plus 4. Negative 2 times 2 is going to give you negative 4 plus 4, and that's going to give you 0. Therefore, the point 2, 0 is on the line. It means that our equation is correct. Okay, next, number 13. Okay, number 13, I can see again that my graph has crossed the y-axis at negative 2. That means that my b is equal to negative 2. Now, my slope, I'm going to just choose one more point here, maybe this one because they are perfectly intersected each other. So if I'm going to go up from my y-intercept to that place where the point is in here, this is going to give me 1, 2, 3. This is 3 units up. So it's going to give me 3 units up. And how many units to the left? 1 and 2. It's going to give me 2 units to the right. So since the line is going up, it means that the slope is positive. So let's put our equation together. So the equation here will be y is equal to 3 over 2x minus 2. Let's recheck it. Okay, let's get this one, this point that's going to give you 0, negative 2. Okay, so if we're going to put in that x value 0, we should get the y value negative 2. Let's check that one. Y of 0 is equal to 3 over 2 multiplied by 0 minus 2. Anything multiplied by 0 is 0 minus 2. That's going to give you negative 2. Therefore, our equation is correct because 0, negative 2 is on the line. Okay, number 14. Okay, in number 14, I am not so sure what's going to be the value of this, but I am actually guessing it's going to be 1/2 because this is 1, so this is going to be 1/2. So if we're going to get 2 points here, this point and maybe this point, okay, we can actually get our slope. So from this point, I'm going up. Okay, going up to the place where there is the other point, it's gonna give me 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's gonna give me 5, and it run 1, 2 units, so it's gonna be 5 over 2. Now, as I see this part, I can I can guess that the b in here is going to be negative 1/2. But let's make sure if it is really negative 1/2. Now, we are given already the slope, so we're going to put that in our equation y is equal to mx plus b. Remember, our slope is 1/2. Now, let's get one point. Let's say I'm going to get this point. This is going to give you 1 and then 2. Okay, my value of y here is 2 and my value of x is 1. So y is going to be 2 here. My slope is going to be 5 over 2 multiplied by the value of x in here, which is 1 plus b. Okay, so 2 is equal to 5 over 2 still plus b. So if we're going to multiply 2 minus 5 over 2 is equal to b, 2 minus 5 over 2 is going to give you negative 1/2 because 5 over 2 is bigger than 2. So this is going to confirm my guess earlier that our b here is 1/2. So the equation of this line is going to be y is equal to 5 over 2x minus 1/2. Write an equation in slope-intercept form of the line that passes through the given points. So let's look at number 15. So the first thing that we're going to do here is actually to find the slope m. And we find the slope using our slope formula y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And once we have that, we're going to get one of these 2 points, and we're going to substitute it to the slope intercept form y is equal to mx plus b to find our b. And then finally, we're going to write our final answer to this. So let's go for the step one. Step one is going to give you, or to find the slope. Okay, this is going to be 5 minus 3 all over 2 minus 0. Okay, this is my y2, this is my y1, this is my x2, this is my x1. So 5 minus 3 is 2, 2 minus 0 is 2, 2 divided by 2 is 1. Now I'm going to put, or to get 0.03, okay, y is equal to mx plus b at at 0, 3. Okay, so my y here is going to be 3 is equal to 1 multiplied by 0 plus b. Now, this is going to just be 0. This is going to be 0. Therefore, the value of b here is equal to 3. Now, if we're going to now finalize our answer here now is going to be y is equal to x. Okay, here's your x, and then plus 3. Now, the best way to make sure whether you answer it correctly is to at least get the second point, and you're going to substitute it in your in your equation. Okay, so let's try this one. Say, for example, we're going to get the point 25. Okay, so if we're going to say y of 2 is equal to, what's our x is still 2, then plus 3, that's going to give you 5. Therefore, it's correct because you actually got the point 2, 5. Okay, number 16. Okay, negative 2, 4, and 3, 1. First step, find the uh, slope. Okay, this is going to be my y2, this is my x2, this is my y1, and this is going to be my x1. My y2 is going to be negative 1 minus 4 divided by 3 minus 2. So this is going to give you negative 5 all over. This is going to give you positive, so 3 plus 2 is going to give you 5 also. So negative 5 divided by 5 is going to give you negative 1. So my slope is negative 1. I'm going to get point negative 2, 4. Y is equal to mx plus b, using negative 2, 4 to find b. Okay, so my y here is 4. My slope is negative 1 multiplied by negative 2 plus b. 4 is equal to 2. Negative 1 times negative 2 is going to give you 2 plus b, transposing on the other side. That's going to give you 4 minus 2 is equal to b. Therefore, my b here is 2. Okay, so our equation here now is going to give you y is equal to negative x and negative 1x are the same actually, plus 2. Now, let's test the point 3, negative 1. If we're going to put in 3, we should get negative 1 as an output. So let's try that one. Y of 3 is equal to negative multiplied by 3 plus 2. Negative times 3 is negative 3 plus 2, and negative 3 plus 2 is equal to give you negative 1. Therefore, this is where you get your coordinates 3, negative 1. Okay, next is going to be negative 3, 3, and 1, 2. So find the slope. This is going to give you 2 minus 3 over 1 minus 3. So this is going to give you negative 1 over 1 plus 3 is 4. Okay, so our slope here is negative 1 over 4. Now let's find using 3, 3. This is going to give me 3. This is my y and this is my x. Okay, using my slope 1 over 4 multiplied by negative 3 plus your b. 3 is equal to negative 1/4 times 3 is going to give you positive 3 over 4 plus b. So transposing it, 3 minus 3 over 4 is equal to b. Therefore, b is equal to 9 over 4. So if you're going to now write the equation, that's going to give you y is equal to negative 1 over 4x and then plus 9 over 4. Now let's check the point 1, 2. So say y of 1 is equal to negative 1 over 4 times times 1, not negative 1, times 1 plus 9 over 4. So this is going to give me still negative 1 over 4 plus 9 over 4. Now they have the same denominator, so I will just add the numerator. Negative 1 plus 9 is going to give you 8 over 4, and 8 over 4 is 2. Therefore, there is your coordinate 1, 2. So also that means that your equation is correct. Number 18, 2, 1, and 5, 8. The same step. Let's find our slope here. 8 minus 1. 8 minus 1 divided by 5 minus 2. 8 minus 1 is 7. And 5 minus 2 is 3. So it's positive 7 over 3. Now let's use 2, 1 as our point to find b. So I'm going to say 1 is equal to 7 over 3 multiplied by 2 plus your b. Okay, so this is going to give you 1 is equal to 7 times 2 is 14 over 3 plus b. Now let's transpose the other one. That's going to be minus 14. 3 is equal to b. Now what we can do in here, 1 is the same as 3 over 3 minus 14 over 3 is equal to b. So continuing in this part, that's they now have the same denominator, so I will just subtract them. So it's going to be 3 minus 14 is going to give you negative 11 over 3 is equal to b. So the value of my b is this one. Now let's put them together. So my equation is going to be y is equal to 7 over 3x and then minus 11 over 3. Now I would like you to recheck 5, 8 if they are going to be correct. Okay, so let's see. Let's put in 5 as our input. So y of 5 is equal to 7 over 3 times 5 minus 11 over 3. This is going to give you 7 times 5 is 35 over 3 minus 11 over 3. They have the same denominator, so just subtract it. So 35 minus 11 is going to give you 24. 24 over 3. And 24 divided by 3 is what? It's going to give you 8. Therefore, we have these coordinates 5 and 8. So it means that our equation is correct. Okay, so let's look at some word problems here. Number 19. Suppose you have a $5 off coupon at a fabric store. You buy fabric that costs $7.50 per yard. Write an equation that models the total amount of money Y you pay if you buy X yards of fabric. What is the graph of the equation? Okay, so let's see what are the variables given here. The variable of y is going to be the amount of money that you pay. Okay, amount of money you're going to pay, while your x is going to be the number of yards you're going to buy. Now our slope here, or the price, okay, our slope is equal to your price per yard is going to be 7.50, and our b in here is going to be the $5 off. We're going to create a model because we are asked here to write that model. Okay, so it's going to be y is equal to the amount of the uh, cost per yard 750 multiplied by x, which is the number of yards, minus the $5 coupon off. So this is going to be the model. Now, so the characteristic of this model is actually linear. Therefore, if we're going to have a rough sketch of this, so this is going to be our negative 5 here, and from here it's going to have a 7.5 slope, so it's going to be, our graph will be looking this way. So this is just a rough draft or a rough sketch. It's not accurate, but at least we can see how the graph look like. Okay, number 20. So polar bears are listed as a threatened species. In 2005, there were about 25,000 polar bears in the world. If the number of polar bears declined by 1,000 per year, in what year will polar bears become extinct? What equation models the number of polar bears? How can graphing the equation help you solve the problem? Okay, so let's create our variables here. Let's say let P be the number of polar bears, and then let T be the number of years since 2005. Okay, so in here we say that in 2005 the number of polar bears was approximately 25,000. Each year the population declines by 1,000. Okay, so in this case we can model the number of polar bears with, let's say, P of t is equal to 25,000 minus 1,000 multiplied by t. Okay, our t, remember the t in here is the number of years since 2005. So we are using a linear equation to really model this problem. Okay, let's continue. Now, to find out when the bears will become extinct, then we need to determine when P of t, okay, sorry, P of t is equal to 0. P of t is equal to 0. So let's do that. Here, 0 is equal to 25,000 minus 100, oh, sorry, 1,000 t. Okay, now let's solve for t. So we're going to say 1,000 t is equal to 25,000 divided by 1,000 divided by 1,000, canceling it. So t here is going to give you 25. Okay, so this is going to be 25 years after 2,525 years after 2005. So in that case, if it's going to be, they're asking us, okay, so what year? So what year will the polar bears be extinct? So if this is going to be 25 years, it means to say that that's going to give you 2005 plus 25 years. Then this is going to give you by the year 2030. Okay, so by the year 2030, these polar bears are already extinct. So this is all for this lesson about slope-intercept form. If you find this video helpful, share, like, and subscribe. Thank you very much.